So this is my brother's car. Now in the last video, we changed out the shocks and springs. But this time, we have a bigger job.
Come on. Stop fighting me. Right. So it didn't exactly go to plan.
Rust on an older car can be oh so painfully annoying for certain parts. Right, so yes, we are doing the brakes. And the first step, loosen the handbrake.
So moving the plastic panel and taking back the boot, we can see there's a 10mm nut. Couldn't get a socket on it for the start, so I had to use a spanner, but I got it off.
Now that we have the handbrake cable adjusted loose, now we're going to make our way to the back and we're going to start stripping down the brakes. Now, so the handbrake is loose, so we can spin the drum. So the next thing we do, we take off, there's a T30 little screw just there. So we're gonna, I guarantee it's gonna be resistant because this thing I don't think has ever been removed and it's 90k on it. So there might be a lot of banging going on. Try and get this out. Then we get the drum off and then we'll have a look at the state of the shoes and replace them.
So putting a weight on the brake pedal just helps me lock up the brakes so I can crack open that T30 nut. And it worked, an absolute dream. Now bear in mind I did have to hit it with a bit of a hammer. Yes, it was a sledge, but it had to be done. Otherwise, I was not getting that thing off.
As you can see, they're not the worst. They're not too bad. Like, bearing is still good, and there is still a bit of shoe lining. But just for peace of mind, we're going to clean it all up, put all on new stuff, and at least we know the rear brakes are completely brand new.
So taking apart this whole assembly, you have to be so careful and you remember where everything goes. I'd advise take a picture and you'll never go wrong.
Right, now that the shoes are off with the entire contraption, I always lay it out this way, just so that way I know exactly what way it goes back in when I go to put the new shoes on. Now, while it's off, I also inspected the wheel cylinder because naturally enough, if you're changing one thing, why it goes all this effort and not change the other. So inspected it and you can see it is leaking. So if I get a screwdriver and I put the screwdriver in here and I peel this back, I can see all the brake fluid just dripping out of it.
Because these have never been taken off, that nut in the back was almost impossible. Come on, stop fighting me. In the end, because I couldn't get a spanner on it, I had to take the bleed nipple off, and then yes, I had to put a vice grip on it because it was not coming off for love nor money. But I got there. I love a vice grip. Boy, that I do love a vice grip because it's so handy every now and again. But yeah, just moving the vice grip over and back just helps loosen the treads, making it easier to get the bleed nipple off. Oh yeah.
So after all that tug of war and I finally got the new cylinder on, she's all lined up. So the solid brake line is attached to the cylinder, all tight, and I left it gravity bleed just for a little bit until I actually go through the bleeding process, and then I'll worry about bleeding it properly then. So now that we finally got that on, we'll move on to the shoes. Rust on an older car can be oh so painfully annoying for certain parts.
So with the brand new shoes, I carefully took off all the other parts, as you can see, minus the spring that flung out at me, and replaced it into the new shoes, and then put it all together and set it up on the hub.
So all the brake shoes are all assembled, cylinders are all new, and it's all been cleaned up. Now I'm going to give it a spray brake cleaner just to get rid of some of the excess bit on the outside of the parts, but apart from that, it's all adjusted. So now I'm going to put the new drum on it, and I'm going to adjust this side to make sure it fits properly.
Using that tooted wheel inside and moving it with a screwdriver helps me adjust the brakes.
So new ones are on and they're just adjusted. So basically when you spin it, I'll put you down. So when you spin, it should basically stop itself, but not that much. It should still let it spin. It's better have them too loose than too tight, because too tight you'll overheat them and then it's a serious issue. Whereas too loose, you can just adjust it up, no problem. It's always nice to see the new parts all come together between the shocks, the springs and the brakes. All that's left is when the handbrake is done and clean up the rear axle, and it'll make it all look really nice. So now that I have that side done, I'm going to move on to the driver's side, and I'm not going to bore you watching the whole thing in. Try on the time lapse and enjoy. I've tried for so long to get this thing open. By hand, it should not be this tight. So then I went away and got these. And now I shouldn't have a problem opening up, I hope. Oh dear Lord. I took so much time trying to open that thing by hand until I eventually got this. This made it look like it was really easy. I was swinging off this. I was like Tarzan hanging off that lid for brake fluid, which should not be happening. Anyway, now that that lid's off, now we can bleed the system because both sides are done. What I'll do is put up a contraption that I got off Temu, and that should apply pressure so that I don't need someone inside to pump the pedal in order for me to bleed the brakes. So in theory, the way this is supposed to work, I put the brake fluid in here, and when I apply pressure, which will be stored, you can see it's in bar or PSI. So I'm supposed to pour brake fluid in here, and when I attach this with one of the contraptions for the other side to fit the actual brake fluid reservoir, when I bleed the brakes, it should replace as well as help me bleed it because I've applied pressure. Let's just see if it works. Put this fella on like that. She's tight and tight. So when I pump this, right, so it didn't exactly go to plan. And in theory, with the force that's in it, I should be able to bleed this and it replace the brake fluid for me. Let's see. Oh, she's doing it. Oh, she's doing it. By God, she is. Go on. That's the job. Look at it go. All that air has to come out of the system. Otherwise you'll end up with a really soft pedal. Now there's no air bubbles, so we lock it up and we go to the other side. Okay, so this side has bled, so there's no air in the line. So I'm going to do the same at the other side, driver's side, and hope that all the air comes out of that as well. Okay, stay there. I just told you stay there. Been tout. So the brake fluid is at its max in the reservoir. We go in, test the pedal, make sure that it pumps, make sure there's a solid pedal, and then we readjust the handbrake. So in the car, you can see solid brake pedal. That means there's no air in the system and all the brakes have been bled. So now there's fresh brake fluid in it and she's good. So now all that's left, readjust the handbrake and then take her for a test drive, make sure everything works perfectly. So the braking system has been given a new lease of life. From the front to the back, the entire lot has been changed. So now with it all bled, it's gone for the test drive and it is working beautifully. What will come next? Maybe I know, maybe you don't know. But if you enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.